Okay, now the long weekend is coming to an end today, and traffic volumes are expected to increase as travelers make their way back on a number of highways into Gauteng. My colleague, that's reporter Nqobile Madlala, is at the Kranskop Plaza on the N1 monitoring the traffic that's moving south as we speak this afternoon. Nqobile, good afternoon. Busy? Is it busy there on Kranskop? Are people now rushing back home?
Well, Britain, people are rushing back home. You can just see with the numbers there. There's quite a lot of motorists now going back. So this is the south going into Gauteng. So this is part of Limpopo, of course. So there's a number of people going back now home. We're going to try and speak to them and see if they will like to explain to us how their weekend has been, having not been here. And of course, we just need to get their rights to speak to us to hear if they can say anything. So, I mean, you seem a bit excited despite the fact that you are in traffic. How are you feeling today?
Yo, it's been hectic from Neil Plaza. It looks like every toll gate is going to be like this, the way it is now. So it's tiring.
And I mean, it must be frustrating to stand for so long. How long have you been standing for?
Yo, I've been standing here for like almost an hour, approaching this toll gate alone.
Sure. And what would you say to people who are driving here on the N1? What would you say to them in terms of just behaving on the road?
Just be patient. There's nothing more you can do. Yeah, just practice patience. You know, practice safety, and yeah, everybody who's using the road, let's just try and think for each other.
All right. Thank you, sir. Well, there you have it, Britain. Just a lot of people saying that they've spent that gentleman specifically saying that he spends quite some time on the road. He says he's been parked for just about an hour, and that, of course, is frustrating for him. But he's saying that people must be patient on the road. We're going to try and get some more reactions from the people that are here on the road to just hear how it feels like to be on the road, of course. Let's just try and get that, Britain. Okay, some of them not very much interested. Cool. Of course, Britain, very long. Let's just ask this gentleman here. How are you feeling on the road today?
I'm feeling wonderful. We had to wait a little bit for the toll gates, but we need to pay these things so that we have good roads in our country. And we're having a lovely afternoon, and we'll be home soon. Thank you, guys. Everybody must drive safe.
And I want to ask you quickly, because, I mean, there was Easter weekend, and I'd imagine if you're driving here, you drive here quite frequently. Would you say if you just compared the traffic now and the Easter weekend or previous years, would you say it's longer?
Today is definitely long, but it is an extra long weekend. I dare say a lot of people left on Wednesday for 27th and then came home today. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Well, Britain, we heard from earlier on that there's about stats, in terms of stats, there's about over 1,600 cars that are passing here. We heard that it went up just a little bit, just about an hour ago, to about over 1,800 even. So you can just imagine the long lines. I mean, where we are standing currently, the line is not just starting from the plaza, but it's going all the way back to a bridge which is behind us. And that's about over 500 meters already in terms of the traffic. We can still one reaction from this gentleman here and just hear what he says. Baba, we
I can speak Venda also. My name is Joseph from Limpopo. Guys, we like to thank the God from ZCC. He's blessing us. Everything is sorted. Drive safely. We love you guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, Britain, he seems very excited to be going back home. I mean, you heard it yourself, Britain. He's thanking the God.
Yeah, God from ZCC, from Limpopo. Eh? That's wonderful. It looks like everybody's in a good spirit. After all, if you've been out of town, out of Joburg for a while, or Pretoria, going to visit family and friends and to chill, you come back feeling a little bit better. So, I mean, quite a number of vehicles, over 1,500 per hour crossing that toll plaza there. Hopefully you don't get busier as the evening progresses, as more and more people make it back, and people are going to stay safe. And I see law enforcement on the ground.
Of course, Britain, law enforcement has been checking. I mean, we heard even from the spokesperson, that's the deputy director. We've spoken to him already. He is Limpopo Traffic. So what he has been doing is he's been directing some of the guys, NTPs as well, is just here on the ground to drive along the road to check what is happening on the road. Now, this is something that does help. I mean, we've seen as we were driving this way, you're seeing some of the bikers, you're seeing some of the people driving, just to check if there's any problems on the road, if motorists are being assisted as well. I mean, we heard earlier on when they were coming here and they were just reporting to him that there was a stationary vehicle. So just to keep in check in the traffic, definitely some law enforcement carrying on and working and just ensuring. I mean, of course, it is one of those busy weekends. You can just imagine the importance of them carrying on to drive and just keep checking for those problems that are on the road.
Thank you very much, Nobile Madlala, for that update from Kranskop Toll Gate or Toll Plaza right there on the N1 South, as more and more people are now returning home after spending good time visiting loved ones and chilling on holiday sports in different parts of Limpopo.